Welcome back to my channel. Today, we explore the value of specific coins, the top 4 most valuable Abraham Lincoln Wheat Penny. So, let's get started. First up, the 1944 Abraham Lincoln Wheat Penny without a mint mark. Many people have found this coin in old jars, collections, or even in pocket change, especially in worn or dirty condition, and they wonder if it could be worth something significant. In this video, we will break down its real value in today's market, especially when the coin is not in perfect shape. Let's start with the basics. The 1944 Lincoln Wheat Penny was produced right after World War II. In 1943, pennies were made from steel due to a copper shortage. But in 1944, the United States Mint returned to using copper, which came from recycled wartime materials like shell casings. That makes the 1944 penny a copper coin again, and millions of them were produced. Now, when a 1944 penny has no mint mark, it means it was minted in Philadelphia. This was the main mint, and it produced a very large number of these coins. Because of that, most 1944 pennies without a mint mark are considered common. But here is where things get interesting. Condition plays a huge role in the value of any coin. Many people find these coins in dirty, worn, or circulated condition. That means the coin has been used in everyday transactions for years, causing the design to fade, the surface to darken, and sometimes even corrosion or stains to appear. So what is a dirty 1944 Lincoln Wheat Penny without a mint mark worth today? In most cases, if the coin is heavily circulated, worn, and dirty, its value is typically between $0.03 and $0.20. Yes, that may sound low, but it is still higher than its original face value of 1 cent. The reason it holds this small premium is because it is made of copper and is part of a historic series. If the coin is slightly better, meaning it still has some visible details but is still considered circulated and not cleaned, it might sell for around $0.25 to $1, depending on its overall appearance. However, there is something very important you need to watch out for. Some rare 1944 pennies were accidentally struck on leftover steel planchets from 1943. These are extremely rare and valuable error coins. Even if they look dirty or worn, a genuine 1944 steel penny can be worth tens of thousands of dollars or more. The easiest way to check is by using a magnet. A normal 1944 copper penny will not stick to a magnet, but a rare steel version will. Also, cleaning your coin is not recommended. Many beginners think cleaning a dirty coin will increase its value, but in reality, it can reduce it significantly. Collectors prefer coins in their original condition, even if they look dark or aged. Another factor that can increase value is errors or unusual features. Look closely for doubled letters, off-center strikes, or other minting mistakes. Even a common coin can become valuable if it has a rare error. To sum it up, a 1944 Abraham Lincoln Wheat Penny without a mint mark in dirty condition is usually worth only a few cents to about $1 in today's market. But there is always a small chance that you might have something rare, so it is always worth checking carefully. If you have a coin like this, keep it safe, avoid cleaning it, and consider getting it checked if something looks unusual. Next up, the 1918 Abraham Lincoln Wheat Penny without a mint mark. If you've ever found one in a jar of old change, a box of coins, or inherited it from a family collection, you might be surprised at its value, even if it's dirty or worn. This coin was minted in Philadelphia and was part of the series that began in 1909 to honor Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. At that time, coins were widely circulated, making well-preserved examples rare today. The wheat-back design, with its iconic ears of wheat on the reverse, makes this coin a favorite among collectors. Even in circulated or dirty condition, it holds historical and collectible appeal. Identifying a 1918 Lincoln Wheat Penny without a mint mark is straightforward. On the adverse, you'll see Lincoln's profile facing right. Above his head, it says, "In God We Trust." To the left is liberty, and to the right is the year 1918. The reverse features the words 1 cent in the center, framed by the wheat ears, with United States of America above. Even if the coin is dirty, these main features and the date should still be visible. Coins in dirty or heavily circulated condition usually fall into the good to very good grade range. This means that while details may be worn and the surface may be discolored or grimy, the date and major features are still identifiable. Coins in this condition are still of interest to collectors because older coins from this series are rare and in demand. As of today's market, a 1918 Lincoln Wheat Penny without a mint mark in dirty or circulated condition typically sells for around $40 to $75. The exact value depends on the level of wear, surface condition, and overall appearance. Coins with unique features, such as double die errors or unusual toning, can command higher prices. If you happen to own one of these coins, there are a few things to keep in mind. Avoid cleaning the coin aggressively, as this can reduce its value. Gentle brushing to remove loose dirt is fine. Handle the coin carefully, ideally with gloves, to prevent oils from your fingers affecting the surface. If the coin appears to be in better than average condition, having it professionally graded can significantly increase its market value. The 1918 Abraham Lincoln Wheat Penny without a mint mark is not only historically significant, but also a collectible that holds value even in dirty condition. If you've recently found one in your collection, it's worth taking a closer look. You might have a hidden treasure in your hands. If you found this video informative, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more insights into rare and valuable coins. Happy collecting, and we'll see you in the next video. Next up, the 1956 Abraham Lincoln Wheat Penny without a mint mark. You might have seen this penny in old jars, drawers, or inherited coin collections. Even if it looks worn, dirty, or ordinary, it can still have value. In this video, we will explore the coin's history, physical features, current market value, and tips for collectors, so you'll know exactly what to look for if you have one. The 1956 Abraham Lincoln Wheat Penny was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The design features Lincoln on the front and 2 wheat stalks on the reverse, giving the coin its nickname Wheat Penny. The design continued for decades, making it one of the most recognizable and collected pennies in the United States. The 1956 penny without a mint mark was minted in Philadelphia. During the 1950s, millions of these pennies were produced, so they are not considered rare in general. However, their age, historical significance, and condition make them interesting for collectors. Even pennies from common years can be valuable if found in better condition or with unusual characteristics. This penny is made primarily of copper, giving it a reddish-brown color when uncirculated. In circulated condition, especially after decades of storage, it often looks dark, worn, or dirty. Despite that, collectors still value these coins for their design, date, and historical importance, rather than just their appearance. Now let's talk about the current market value. In normal circulated or dirty condition, a 1956 Lincoln Wheat Penny without a mint mark is generally worth around 10 to 20 cents. If the coin has slightly better detail but still shows some wear, it could sell for up to $1. Coins that are uncirculated or in near mint condition can fetch higher prices, but most pennies you find in old collections are in the lower range. It's important to remember that the coin's condition directly affects its value. A coin that has been heavily cleaned, scratched, or corroded may sell for less than a naturally circulated coin with visible details. For collectors, there are a few important things to keep in mind. First, never clean your coins, because cleaning can reduce their value significantly. Even dirt or natural toning is usually better than a shiny but altered surface. Second, always check for mint marks carefully. While the 1956 penny without a mint mark was minted in Philadelphia, variations from other mints can sometimes have higher value. Third, store your coins properly in a cool, dry environment, away from moisture and direct sunlight to avoid damage. Finally, compare your coins with recent sales online or at local coin shows. This will help you understand what collectors are willing to pay in today's market. Even though the 1956 Lincoln Wheat Penny without a mint mark is not a rare coin, it still holds historical value. These pennies connect us to a time when Abraham Lincoln's image was honored on every penny, and they serve as a reminder of the craftsmanship and history of U.S. coinage. Collectors, both beginners and experienced, enjoy having coins like this in their collection because they are accessible, affordable, and historically significant. In summary, if you find a 1956 Lincoln Wheat Penny without a mint mark in your collection or inherited coins, even if it's dirty or worn, it is worth checking its condition. In most cases, it may sell for a modest amount, but it's still a valuable piece of American history and a great coin for your collection. Next up, the 1941 Abraham Lincoln Wheat Penny without a mint mark. These pennies are not just ordinary coins, they are pieces of history, and some can be surprisingly valuable. The Lincoln Wheat Penny was first introduced in 1909 to honor Abraham Lincoln. By 1941, these pennies were still being produced, primarily in Philadelphia, which is why many coins from that year have no mint mark. On the front, the coin features Abraham Lincoln's portrait designed by Victor David Brenner, and on the back, it shows two wheat stalks representing prosperity and growth. During this time, the U.S. was recovering from the Great Depression, and pennies like this were in everyday circulation. Even though millions were minted, coins in high-quality condition have become increasingly sought after. When assessing a coin's value, collectors look at its grade. A 1941 Lincoln Wheat Penny without a mint mark in extra fine condition is especially valuable. Extra fine, or XF, refers to a coin that shows light wear on the highest points but retains almost all details of the design. In this grade, you should be able to see fine lines in Lincoln's hair, details in his coat, and clearly defined wheat stalks on the reverse. Coins that have retained this level of detail are much rarer because most pennies from that era were heavily circulated. Several factors determine the value of this coin. Condition is the most important. Coins in higher grades are more desirable. While the 1941 penny from Philadelphia was produced in large numbers, scarcity becomes relevant in higher grades. Other factors include whether the coin has been cleaned or damaged, as cleaning can reduce value. Collectors usually prefer coins that have their original luster and minimal wear. In today's market, a 1941 Lincoln Wheat Penny without a mint mark in extra fine condition can sell for $30 to $50, depending on its specific quality and eye appeal. Professionally graded coins tend to reach the higher end of this range. Keep in mind that coin values can fluctuate based on market demand and collector interest. Selling through dealers, online auctions, or private collectors can affect the final price. If you own a 1941 Lincoln Wheat Penny without a mint mark, handle it carefully by the edges to avoid fingerprints or scratches. Store it in a protective holder in a dry and stable environment. Avoid cleaning the coin, as that can lower its value, and consider professional grading if it is in high condition to verify its authenticity and increase its market credibility. The 1941 Lincoln Wheat Penny without a mint mark is a fascinating coin because it combines history, accessibility, and potential value. While millions were minted, finding one in extra fine condition is relatively rare, making it a valuable addition to any collection. Every coin tells a story, and for collectors, this coin's story is worth far more than its face value. Thank you for watching. And if you enjoy content like this, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more insights into valuable coins and their history. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more coin collecting content. See you next time. Happy collecting!